Yo, what's up YouTube? I'm Max, and this is my affirmation video from a book I've been writing through called Power of Now, and I'm trying to read it to you here. All my videos are the same thing, just my affirmation videos, just one take, and this is from the book called Power of Now. I think you pronounce his name, the author's name, Eckhart Tolle, Eckhart Tolle, something like that, however you want to say it, but it's definitely from the book Power of Now. And like I said, this is just I basically just copy the book in my own affirmation video so I can think about them, thinking about how I think. So that's how you change your thoughts. And by this point now, it should almost be a minute, but I wouldn't recommend a minute. I would recommend a lot of minutes because you can see, oh, that's empty pages. It's all been written here. So that's what I would do if I were you. But anyways, like I said, I'm Max. This is my affirmation video for the Power of Now. And I hope you listen. The truth that is within you. This book represents the essence of my work. As far as it can be conveyed in words with individuals and small groups of spiritual seekers during the past 10 years, in an envelope in North America. In deep in love and appreciation, I would like to thank those exceptional people for their courage, their willingness to embrace interchange, their challenging questions, and their readiness to listen. This book would not have come into existence without them. They belong to what is yet a small, but fortunately growing minority of spiritual pioneers. People who are reaching a point where they become capable of breaking out of inherited collective mind patterns that are kept human in bondage for suffering for ages. I trust that this book will find its way to those who are ready for such a radical inner transformation, and so as to act as a catalyst for it. I also hope that it will reach many others who will find its content worthy of consideration, although they may not be ready to fully live or practice it. It is possible that at a later time the seed that was sown when reading this book will merge into a seed of enlightenment, that which each being carries within them. Suddenly that seed will sprout and come alive within them. The book, in its present form, originated often spontaneously in the response to questions asked by individuals in seminars, meditation classes, and private counseling sessions, and as I saw the question and answer format, I learned and received as much in these sessions as the questionnaires. Some of the answers I wrote down are almost verbatim. This is basically verbatim from the book. Others are generic, which is to say I combined certain types of questions that were frequently asked into one, and extracted the essence from different answers to form one generic answer. Sometimes in the process of writing, an entirely new answer came that was more profound and insightful than anything I have ever uttered. Some additional questions were asked by the editor so as to provide further clarification of certain points. You will find that from the first to the last page, dialogues continuously alternate between the two different levels. On one level, I draw your attention to what is the false in you. I speak of the nature of human unconsciousness and dysfunction, as well as its common behavioral manifestations, from conflict in relationships to warfare between tribes and nations. Such knowledge is vital, for unless you learn to recognize the false as not you, there could be no lasting transformation, and you'll always end up being drawn back into the illusion, into some form of pain. On this level, I also show you how not to make which is false in you into a self, into a personal problem, for that is now the false that perpetrates itself. On another level, I speak of a profound transformation of human consciousness, not as a distant future possibility, but as available now. No matter who you are or where you are shown how to free yourself from enslavement to the mind, enter into this new enlightened state of consciousness and sustain it in everyday life. On this level of the book, the words not are always concerned with information, but often designed to draw you into this new consciousness as you read. Again and again, I endeavor to take you with me into that timeless state of intense conscious presence. In the now. so as to give you a taste of enlightenment until you're able to experience what I speak of. You might find those passages somewhat repetitive. As soon as you do, however, I believe you will realize that they contain a great deal of spiritual power, and they may become for you the most rewarding parts of the book. Moreover, since every person carries a seed of enlightenment within, I often address myself into the knower in who you dwells behind the thinker, the deeper self that immediately recognizes spiritual truth, resonates with it, and gains strength from it. The pause symbol after certain passages is a suggestion that you may want to stop reading for a moment and become still and feel the experience of truth of what has just been said. There may be other places in the text where you will do this naturally and spontaneously. As you begin reading the book, the meaning of certain words such as being or presence may not be entirely clear to you at first. Just read on. Questions or objections may occasionally come into your mind as you read. They will probably be answered later in the book, or they may turn out to be irrelevant as you more go deeply into the teachings and into yourself. Don't read with the mind only. Watch out for any feeling responses as you read and as a sense of recognition from the deep that's within. I cannot tell you any spiritual truth that deep within you don't already know. All I can do is remind you of what you have forgotten. Living knowledge, ancient and yet ever new, is then activated and released from within in every cell of your body. The mind always wants to categorize and compare, but this book will work better for you if you do not attempt to compare its terminology with that of other teachings. Otherwise, you will probably become confused. I use words such as mind, happiness, and consciousness in ways that do not necessarily correlate with other teachings. Don't get too attached to any words. They are stepping stones to be left behind as quickly as possible. When I occasionally quote the words of Jesus or Buddha from the Course in Miracles from other teachings, I do so not in order to compare, but to draw your attention to the fact that in essence there is and always has been only one spiritual teaching, although it comes in many forms. Some of these forms, such as ancient religions, have become overlaid in extraneous matter that their spiritual essence has become almost completely obscured by it. To a large extent, therefore, their deeper meaning is no longer recognized and their transformative power lost. When I quote from the ancient religions or other teachings, it is to reveal their deeper meaning and thereby restore the transformative power, particularly for those readers and are followers of those religions or teachings. I say to them, there is no need to go elsewhere for the truth. Let me show you how to go. Listen to me more deeply into what you already have. Mostly, however, I endeavor to use terminology that is as neutral as possible in order to reach a wide range of people. This book can be seen as a restatement for our time that one timeless spiritual teaching, the essence of all religions, it is not derived from external sources, but from one true source within. So it contains no theory or speculation. I speak from inner experience, and at times I speak forcefully. It is to cut through the heavy layers of mental resistance and reach that place within you where you already know, just as I know, and where the truth is recognized. When it is heard, there is then a feeling of exaltation and a heightened aliveness, as something within you says, yes, I know this is true. That is the truth that is within you through the power of now. Like I said, this is just my affirmation video. I just wrote it here. I've been writing. I write. You see all my videos, it's all been written. Like I said, that was the truth that is within you. I'm Max. That was through the power of now. And I'm out. I hope you were listening.